coughing?
Yo, I had to cough.
Hey y'all, it's Seed. I am joined here today with one of Charlotte's creatives, an up-and-coming photographer, really everything man, Jordan. What up, Jordan?
Hey, what's up?
I want to start something new on my channel where I interview up-and-coming, underground people who are on the rise in their fields, whatever it may be that they do. And I hope you guys enjoy, but please, everybody, welcome Jordan. Can you please give a short, sweet introduction to who you are and what you do?
I'm Jordan McNeil, multidisciplinary visual artist. I just do everything visual. I really don't have any bounds. Photography, digital editing, typography. As long as it looks dope, like that's what I do. So like I really just try everything, whether it's contemporary photography, whether it's like a new style, whatever the case, I just try it all. Like, you follow my Instagram or you see my work or been to the gallery that I had, like I'll try it all visually. Like I really don't. So I just say I'm a visual artist with no bounds. Yeah, fancy.
I do have flashcards because
okay.
It's only my third day.
Nah, friend, that's dope.
But let's rewind a little bit before we get too deep into what you do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about, throughout your adolescence, early adulthood, what were your hobbies? Like, who was Jordan as a young adult, like middle school, high school? What were your interests, hobbies, all that?
Hey, you gotta take me back. I ain't thinking about this in a minute. I was, believe it or not, a sports guy. Like I really liked football. I just knew I was going to the NFL. I thought I was going to the Giants because my dad liked the Giants, and like as a young dude, I was really athletic. Like I was outside a lot. Like I was an outside kid. My family had trampolines. We had bikes. I knew how to do back flips, front flips, like playing football in there. Like, I was just a wild kid who just was like, all right, I'm going to the NFL. But I just always like was a free spirit. No real like one thing that I had going on. I just like was real sociable and just free spirited and had a good personality. So I knew everybody, but I was just really known for my personality. Like I just was always, whether it was sports, I liked doing it because I like felt free with movement, whether it was just hanging out. Like I just was a free spirit. Like I was my own person. I was quirky as hell. There was nobody like me. I just always do my own thing. I was just doing me. People thought it was funny. Like I always just been quirky, funny, making people laugh, good vibes. Like, but lost, never really knew me. But I was just quirky, bro. Like that's my word, quirky and free. That was me.
The way that we met was working at Good Times. I feel like that kind of plays a pivotal role into leading to where you are today, is working there. Before we get into like connections and everything, what was just like the overall experience working there? Like you're around clothes, but you're also around like a certain type of culture. I feel like
that's a good question. Working at Good Times was probably the biggest learning life development thing I've ever had so far. Cause I was working there really young. Like I started working there when I was like 19. So I was the youngest person there. I was around all these older people into the things that I was into. So I learned a lot, and it wasn't peaches and cream. It just lets you know that the industry that you're in is more than just looking cool. Like you really gotta bring something to the table. You really gotta know people. You really gotta have value. Like it was just me learning that. All right, like I came there thinking like I could dress and wanting to be around that, but like nah, I learned that you gotta like be a people person. You gotta connect. You gotta make connections. So it was just like it gave me experience that like school didn't even give me, like high school or nothing like that. So it was just a really lot of learning. Like it was dope though. Although it was like a lot of learning, it had a lot of uncomfortable points. Like working for something like that at a young age, that was cool. Like in our 20s, like you know, like even though like we not there no more, like that was a fun time period.
You and I feel like we had like the craziest shifts out of everybody.
Oh my, should we even talk about that?
The store closed.
Okay, I'll let you say a crazy experience we had.
It would be the smallest things, like, you know, it would be like, y'all have to put Drano in that thing in the back.
Oh, I forgot about Cause the smell in there, right?
Good Times used to be a Subway, and there in the back used to be basically like a sanitation kitchen where they had to wash the dishes. So there's this big drain in the back where we put the shoes, which if you think about it, ew.
Yeah, yes, local small black business growing. We was there till like 9 p.m.
Yeah, like 9:30, and we got lean spilled on our shoes.
That's the one I was gonna
time.
say. Me and
Somebody brought in lean and got all
me
over
and
the floor.
Cedra has had a dangerous,
me and
savage,
Jada had it the
poo
worst.
shiesty customer.
When the bounty hunters came,
Bounty
and
hunters
pointed a
came in
gun
the store.
to my
Oh my!
face, they said, "Where is
There's a
he?"
video of mercenaries coming in there and pointing Dracos at Cedra's face. We've had lean spilled on us by a savage. We've had mercenaries. When you at a store like that, you really seeing, I guess, the culture firsthand. So we had all types of vintage hype beast guys, white, black, Hispanic. We had drug dealers. We had kids who like. Well, you didn't even have to go around Charlotte. Charlotte came to you, so that's like.
Every day was something else.
Every day was something else, but we met so many people, but that store was different.
Yeah, it was.
All right, I'm gonna ask you a question. How was it? I can't ask you a question.
No, you can, go ahead.
How was that for you, the whole Good Times experience?
So I got that job because everything else was closed. It was like amidst the pandemic. I mean, I had a lot of fun. Like, I feel like that job really got me out of my comfort zone.
That's a fact.
I really met a lot of great people. Like, there's people who follow me on Instagram to this day, and like, they support me so much.
And she doesn't even follow them back. She doesn't follow anybody back. She follows like 100 people.
This is about Jordan. So can you tell me, working at Good Times, was there anyone that you just met randomly in the store, or like a friend brought someone in and like to this day, like you made a great connection and like y'all are still cool, or like they aid in your career to this day?
That's a great question. Oh man. Oh, you came with the cars, man. Woo. That's a great question, by the way. I like your fit too. But nah. I met, like, honestly, I met a lot of people there that like I'm still locked in with. Like Keisha, we knew each other, but like that's where we really met at, and she helped me get to the job I'm at now. So for someone that you meet to help you put you on a new position, that's really dope. So that's one person. Everyone that I worked with, we are pretty much always family now. Well, most people. Me and Danny are really close now. Like, I would say the people that we work there with, like Danny is like family now. Every time I go to Atlanta, like he is like the guy that I stay with.
That man don't sleep.
He doesn't sleep, yeah. And every time he comes at 4 a.m. it's crazy. Kiana, she's a videographer. We became really cool, locked in through that. It was like the whole city. Like, shoot, I would say really James, that's how I really got to know him, was through Good Times. I kind of knew him, but like, it was just different seeing these people on Instagram and them come in the store, you actually meeting them and talking to them. So those just a small numbers out of like everybody. Justice, like we knew each other from just like the Instagram, but now I like really could say like I know Justice. Juice, like it was really the people we worked there that I know off the top of my head, but.
You would meet other people's friends too. Like,
yeah.
I met a lot of Juice's friends, and I'm like,
all of Juice's. Oh my, like I'm not gonna lie, like I think I know like everybody in the city from like Good Times, like. Manny, Never Lost Faith, that's my boy. Really everybody, like all the people in the city, like who be interested in that, like I really think I met them from Good Times. Like that's crazy to think about.
We met a lot of people.
Manny whole group, Juice whole group. I think I met all of them people through Good Times. Like I might be lame if I didn't work at Good Times.
Low key, no. Did you attend the Good Times pop-up in 2018 at Social?
I didn't actually.
Dang.
I was young. All that stuff happened when I was still like in high school. So like, I wanted to go to these things and it was like, I was young. Like that's why I was so like in love and obsessed with what Good Times had going on, because it was like, it was a new thing in the city that I liked, and it was around what I like to do. Did you go?
I met a lot of people there. I met James for the first
That's
time
where you
there.
met James?
I mean, we were following each other on Instagram, but we didn't we never saw each other in person type of thing. I met him in person there. Chris, Cozy, Shot by Cozy.
Yeah, that's my boy. Yeah, he always talks about it. He says, he calls you Cedra.
Oh my God.
But I'm like, yeah, Cedra. But he talks about how cool you are, how fly you are.
Well, thanks, Chris. Well,
Yeah, look at your fit.
remember-
I wish we could put the camera down. Like, look at
Okay,
the-
well, I'm wearing Margiela replica
Yeah, look at the fit,
sneakers. I got No Name 1 of 1 black crocodile python pants.
She just wanted to outdo me today. Like, her fit's great.
Okay. Anyway, I met a lot of people too, right? And I remember I met Chris there, and he brought like a random DSLR. He was shooting like, I remember his pictures that he took there to this day. Like, flash was so bright, you could see it on the windows.
He told me the same thing. That's
Yeah.
crazy. He was like, he was kind of panicking because like he was new to it and like.
I remember that's where I met him, and we just followed each other on Instagram. And I brought a disposable camera, and he was like, "Why do your pictures look like this?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's film. Like, it's like a disposable."
Oh, so
camera.
you're trying to say you put them on film?
No.
Wow,
let me
Cozy,
finish.
she's taking credit for it.
But I just remember we had that conversation about photography, and it's crazy to see like how far he came.
That's
like,
he's goated now.
I met so many people there, and to see where they are now compared to that event.
Facts.
I wish
Yeah,
you
that's a
could've
good way
went-
to put that. I never think because everybody
That was
was
a pivotal
around that
time.
event, like whether it's Matt with what he doing, whether it's Ant, what he doing, whether it's social status in general, whether it's Justice with his shoot, like whether it's you with this, like it's everybody. That's
Everybody
crazy.
came up. That's a core
snap.
memory day.
And I didn't go there. Well, I'm like.
It's okay. But, you know, good times, social. What is your connection with social status now?
I worked there as a photographer, but it's crazy because I worked at Good Times too, and it's like not a lot of people work at both. I work at Social Status now. I'm a photographer, and I'm just part of the creative part of things. Like if you work there creatively, like you pretty much are involved with all of it. Like whether it's BeSocial, I've done events with them. Like yeah, I started there as an e-commerce editor. Like I said, I met someone there, and they said it was a time where I did leave Good Times. Just I've been there for a while, and they wanted me to be an editor. I was like, I mean, it's around what I like to do. So through that, I've been there for like a year and like almost a half now, and I've grown hella with the company. Like, and I will say, like again, it's not peaches and cream, but with these companies, if you're really goal oriented and you want something, like it's there for you. So I was working there young too. I'm still young. I just turned 23, so at Social I was like 21. So I went from just the e-commerce editor, now I'm part of the creative team. Now I do shoots there, assist with projects, creative projects. I went to Pittsburgh for a free game, help with that. Like I'm having my second gallery there. Like yeah, it's pretty dope. Like I just went from one space to another, honestly. It just happened before my eyes. Like I was just with the Good Times family, now I'm just in another realm of, I just always like staying around what I like to do. But it's like, I don't even like that. It's just, I'm just always attracted. It's weird. That's life, right?
It falls in your lap.
Literally, like it's weird. Like I just like, I just ended up there.
Do you know what October 9th was?
Your birthday? Nah, I'm playing. What was October 9th?
Your gallery.
Oh, how do you know that and I don't know that? What?
Okay. So,
Actually, it was the 8th.
oh, but you posted it on the 9th? You posted it
Yeah.
after midnight, probably.
Oh, you goated.
Whatever.
Hey, you remember that? Yeah.
Okay, October 8th, 2022 was your gallery at BeSocial. And it almost seems like a full circle moment, right?
Oh, that's crazy.
Even though you didn't attend the Good Times pop-up.
That's crazy.
It's like you had your own pop-up. How did that even, who said, let's put Jordan in BeSocial? Like, how did that even happen?
Crazy, because this falls back to a question you asked about people that I met at Good Times and like how the strings keep connected, how I was locked in with them. So I met a girl. So she, at a point in time, she no longer works there, she was working at BeSocial. You're good. She was working at BeSocial, and she had issues with it, and she's going through things in life. So before she had like 2 months before she left, she was in charge of doing events. And so she was like, I really need like an event. Like, do you want to do a gallery? And I'm like, excuse me? Like, I mean, I guess. Like, I never even thought of doing one. So I was like, that sounds cool, like I guess. But then like I really got home and thought about it, I'm like, wait, that sounds fire. Like, why not? So I told her, I'm like, bro, that idea you had with the gallery, I would be honored to do that. She was like, all right, cool. My girlfriend DJs as well. She's like, your girlfriend can DJ, you can have 2 other photographers there, you choose them, whatever the case. So I'm like, all right, like I had 2 photographers in mind. I hit them up, but when I got home and I really sat there and thought about it, I'm like, I don't really want nobody else to be a part of it. Like, I feel like I have enough work on my own to do it by myself. And so she was like, I think I told her about it. I was like, hey, like, I kind of want to be dolo. She's like, well, do you think you can bring out enough people for it? I'm like, you know, see? So I low-key just winged all of it. Like, I just kind of, I didn't even know enough about galleries, but they said they pay for everything. So I just chose my favorite work. Like, I think I chose like 20 pieces. Only 17 was able to print out in time. I ordered 20 frames, and like literally like a week before all this stuff came. So I think I got ready for the gallery like the day before. And I didn't even put the pictures into the frames that day. Like, I was so last minute with everything, but it's crazy how just one person, you know, again, could just, like, this is the second time, and you got me reflecting on it because I didn't think about that, but one person, you know, could just present something to you or maybe have something for you, and that thing can be something huge. And it was amazing. Like you said, it was a full circle moment. Like, I went from seeing someone I looked up to, which was the Good Times, people having their pop up at BeSocial with all the creators in the city, and well, with social status, and then like, what, 4 years later, I ended up doing the same thing. Like, and the city came out, and the city came strong, and it was one of the most booming events that BeSocial had that whole year. That's crazy, right?
It was crazy.
That's crazy. Oh my God.
And you know me, I typically wear a mask if it's like a trillion people, and I was like, let me not wear a mask. These are some really cool people.
No, like everyone was there. Like, I was just surrounded by, I guess, all the people that
You had your family there too.
Family, friends, like, it was beautiful. I gotta give myself a pat on the back. I forget that I did that sometimes. Like, that was beautiful. It's just dope seeing all the people over the years that you network with all come in one space, and they all, like, so many people was linking at my event. Like, I'm like, yo, this is perfect. Like, people that I've been wanting to introduce to another person, they all just mingling. My dad introduced himself to people. Like, it was pretty cool.
Just like the Good Times pop-up, there were some people like that I met there. I met,
You met people there?
yes, and bro, it was like 100 people.
Hey, that's dope.
I don't remember some of these people's names, but like the girl who has the hijab, I don't know if she owns it or if she like.
Unheard hijabi girl?
Yeah, I met her.
Oh, she's awesome.
She was walking out and I was like, Assalamu alaikum. And she
She's
was like,
awesome.
Are you Muslim? I'm
Are
like,
you wait,
yes.
are you actually did that?
Yeah, I met Manny there too.
That was your first time meeting Manny?
I never saw that dude in my life.
Wow, yeah, he's known around the city.
I don't know how my Instagram came up, but they were like, no, she don't follow nobody.
You don't, but we've talked about it.
Anyway, but Manny was like, you should follow my page. I think you'd like it. And I'm like, all right, whatever. And I saw his page, I was like, it actually is kind of good.
Nah, he be fly, like he be putting it on.
It was a good event.
That is beautiful.
But congratulations.
Thank you for that.
How was your experience? Like, what were the emotions when you saw like how many people were there? Like,
I'm not gonna lie,
stop
like,
biting your finger too.
Oh, my bad. Taylor hates when I do that. It's just a thing that I do. Not playing. It was like probably like it was one of the top 5 best days of my life. Like, it was building up to it was so stressful. Like, nothing was going right. Couldn't even figure out how to put the pictures in the frame. One fell, I left one at home. Like, Taylor couldn't figure out how to set it. She's the DJ, she can't figure out how to plug things up. She's asking me, I'm like, hey, I'm doing this. Like, I literally had a panic attack before the show. I'm like, yo, this is about to go bad. People texting my phone, hey, I'm here. I'm like, I'm not ready for anybody to come in yet. But people were supporting me. Taylor's mom helped. The people who worked at BeSocial helped. When it happened, it was just like a dream moment. Like, I was just in the moment talking. Like, it felt like it was supposed to, I felt like what it was supposed to be. Like, everything felt right. Like, I would say it was so dope seeing the support in person, because like, you know, you always see it on Instagram, but like seeing, like, you might see 500 likes on Instagram, it's like dope, but like when you see 200 people show up in person, that's like, it really puts it into perspective. So it just was a different shift of perspective for like, oh, this is like, I get support. Like, people really like what I do or like appreciate it. So it was just a beautiful moment. Like, I was on a high. Like, I got home, I laid down and I just laughed. Like, I was like, yo, that shit, I literally felt like I smoked some gas. Like,
High on life.
I was high, no, it was a high, bro. Like, it was a high that lasted like a whole day. And
You're
it was.
stepping on the mic.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, no, I'm just saying.
Don't scare him like that.
Would you say you came a long way from the days of wearing Raf Simons shoes and striped tees and listening to ethereal Playboy Cardi freestyle for the people? Would you say you came a long way from that?
How do you know this? Like, did I tell you this before?
Welcome back. We had to take a little commercial break. Shout out to our sponsors that I'll choose who they are later. So proceeding, how would you describe your creative or art style to those who have never seen it before?
Because it's so diverse, but I just say it's really like, I'm not trying to say no basic stuff. It's just really fun. Like, if you go to my page, everything looks different. I started photography because it was fun to me, and that shows to my style. Like, I just have fun. I like trying new things. Like, I've tried there's so many things to try, but I've tried as many styles as I can in the 2.5 years that I've been a photographer. Like, whether it's digital black and white, whether it's like a very grunge look, whether it's a nice saturated Y2K look, like literally every style, e-com photography, like I try it all. So I have fun with it. If you look at my page, a lot of people say it's really animated. A lot of people say it's really weird. Like people are like, yo, how you do the thing? Like I use a wide angle a lot because it's really dynamic. So I go for dynamic fun. I just want you to look at it and be like, yo, this looks different from what I'll see on my feed on a regular day. Because I just always want to just stand out with what I do. So yeah, good question, by the way.
Thanks.
A nice outfit, by the way.
Moving on, so you just love art in general. I can tell that about you. Different types of mediums.
Bro, you are a CIA agent. I need answers for these after this.
Have you ever tried to make music before?
Yes, I actually have, and it was horrible. But before locking in with photography, I tried music. I tried to be a rapper.
Did you rap on a song called Birds of Paradise? A beat called Birds of Paradise?
How do you know this? Wait, what? Wait, how do you know this?
Did you try to rap on that song?
Did I show this to you?
It's like an instrumental.
Did I show you this before?
Did you, yes or no? Answer the question.
Yes, I did. I tried to be a conscious.
How was that rap? What did that sound like?
How did you know this? Oh my God. Yeah, I'm stressing now. Which one of my friends gave her some info? I tried to be a woke rapper. I really liked Pro Era and Joey Badass and shit. So when Pro Era came out, I thought that shit was fire and I wanted to be a rapper. So I was rapping, I found these beats on SoundCloud, went to my boy's crib, and I wanted to be a rapper for a year. How do you know that?
Okay, is Chum still your favorite Earl Sweatshirt song or one of your favorites?
Who did you reach out to? How do you know that?
Okay, so it is.
No, it's not. It used to be. Chum was one of my favorite Earl Sweatshirt songs for a while. Chum and Couch. But I really like some rap songs. It's one of my favorite albums of all time, so give it to any song on there, and that's one of my favorite Earl songs. How do you know what? I'm just kidding.
So what are some of the biggest challenges for someone on the job in your profession?
This is the easiest question you asked. Finding consistent money in what you like to do with it, because there's a lot of money out there, but you're gonna have to do some things you don't like. Mm-hmm. And which is cool because you need money, but the challenge is trying to find money in what you like, keeping it to what you like to do. So I do a lot of client work, but it's just I never want to lose a piece of me in whatever I do. So that's a forever challenge. It's if I may do birthday shoots, I may do whatever, but I don't want to lose myself in it. So staying true to you and not letting the money make you lose that aspect of you, because it's a lot of money out there, but it's really hard to find money in the street and the art. It's a lot of corporate money out there. So that's the forever challenge, but that's the fun part of it too. Because you really got to create your own lane with it, and it's gonna take years. I know for a fact, if I want to just really be eating on top of things, it's gonna be a process. It's gonna get uncomfortable. I'm gonna have to do things I don't want to do, but that's the hardest part. Creating is the easy part. It's fun. That's what I do it for, but finding money in what I love to do is the harder part.
Welcome back from another commercial break. The question that I was asking prior to our commercial break is, I asked you a question at your gallery.
Oh yeah, you have great memory. Yeah.
And my question was, In a era where photographs are being suppressed by videos due to the algorithm, Reels, TikToks, photographs are not really shining and having their moment. So how do you allow photos to shine? Sorry, it's my second time asking this question. It sounded better the first.
No, you're good. That's a great question because a lot of people aren't really aware that that's the case right now. Like, you're locked into that so you can see it, but like, it's something that people may not pay attention to. But if you're a photographer, you're like, man, my photos might not be hitting all the time because people, the same person could do like this reel or TikTok or something and it can just catch someone's attention way much more. So it's hard. Like, I really feel like I try not to let it bother me. Like, I just kind of still do my thing. Like, I just come harder with my photos. The most important thing to me is I will always be physical experiences. That's why I really like the gallery. That's why I'm working on bringing more physical aspects too, because, you know, all that stuff is awesome, but it's really dope to really have something tangible. So I'm really like, and this may be different from my answer at the gallery, but like now my head is focused on how can I put this in someone's hand. Like, I can't fight with the algorithm forever, but as long as it stands out, it looks good, and I put my all to it, and I add elements that make the photo more than just like something flat. Like, it's a multi-dimensional photo, whether that's the edit, whether that's the styling. Like, you gotta make that photo multi-dimensional so it can even compete with these 15-second reels that can do much more than a photo ever can. That's a great question.
Thanks.
You're good at this.
Something that you mentioned several times in your gallery that you didn't mention now is storytelling and how photos tell a story.
Man, you are no, you're not good at this. You're great at this.
Are you focused more on what you just said?
That's a great, wow, you shot me in the foot here. Storytelling is still very, very, very important. It's just, I kind of incorporate it so much that it's just kind of like second nature to me because I know how important it is. Like, if there's not a story behind something, then it's only gonna be so good. Like, something can, like, let's say, a photo can have a lot less going on editing wise or lighting wise than another photo, but if the story is strong, it competes right there with it. So storytelling is always essential to me because, like, let's say a song, for example, if you have like a really hype rap song, whatever the case, it's gonna get you turned for like, what, 2 years, a year. But if you have a song that it hits you, that song will stick with you forever because you had something to relate to, because it was a story being told, and as people, that always does more for us. So to me, that's always gonna be the key in success, is telling a story. And the ones who are gonna come out on top with this new era, because this is literally a new era of videos, photos, ever. So a lot of people are gonna be affected. A lot of people who are fakes are gonna be affected. They may not be able to even compete. Even people who are real, who just may not be involved. So a lot of people who are gonna come on top of this new era of videos and photos is gonna be the people who are giving people something to relate to. So that's I like that you asked that, because I'm always incorporating that. 10 out of 10, you're doing good so far.
What's up with your podcast? You haven't posted in a long time.
Have you listened to it before?
I have. The first episode was with Taylor. There's 3.
You know. I've only told like a couple people this because a couple people asked, but so I loved the podcast. It was awesome, and I don't know why. Okay, I do know. I just lied.
Spit it out, Jordan.
Okay, so basically, I wanted it to be a video, kind of like what they got going on. Because it was awesome, but I was like, all right, like, this is awesome. Let me take it to another level. So I wanted it to be a consistent video thing. So it's several reasons why I stopped, because it had several different lanes it was gonna go down. So it was gonna be a video, I was trying to make it consistent, but I just got caught up with life and photography. So it just kind of got put on the back burner. And for a couple like weeks, I was like, all right, cool. So it hit me, I had an idea. I was like, boom, I could turn into mentalexx radio, like, because my girls started DJing, having mixes. I have a lot of friends who make music, like, so I was gonna really bake it. And I literally made like a radio account, YouTube account for all of it, like bought a microphone and stuff, but I think video camera was my biggest thing. Like I only have photo cameras. None of them are really good at video. That's my only excuse. And because I never looked into one, because like, I would say it's procrastination, but because like, I already do a lot with the photography, one shoot comes up, it just has my attention for that whole week. So that's just happened for the last 30 weeks. It's like, all right, this week I'm gonna go to check out this video, ask this friend to help me, whatever the case. But the shoot came up, now that gotta be next week. Oh, now I got 3 shoots this week. Like, I need like an assistant or like someone to keep me accountable, because I have a lot of ideas, but the main thing I do always keeps me 100%. I just gotta get better at balance. Zevo's really good at balance, shout out to him. Like I want a YouTube, like I literally, that's
my favorite platform.
That's
long form content is my favorite.
I'm gravitating towards that, cause like, I just have more to say than just what a photo can tell me too, or like, that's why I even started the podcast, cause like I still like talking, I still like conversation, like even whether it's with myself or not, like, so that's the one thing that's been catching my interest a lot, is like YouTube. So it's just like, as my friend, hold me accountable after this, because these ideas gotta go to the real world, not just in my head. So that's really why. I just wanted to do a lot more with it, but it didn't end up doing it, so now it's just like there. People was listening, that was dope.
We were. Hopefully we'll see something soon.
This inspired me, so thanks.
It seems like you're very tapped into like the underground, whether it's like models, artists.
I would tell anyone I'm the underground emperor.
Yeah, so.
Is that forced?
Self-proclaimed.
No, I literally pull spider webs together. Like I'd have somebody for anything. Like, like I had a Discord with 100 people in it, all creatives. Like I'm very, yeah, that's a great observation, because I'm glad I get credit for that.
And it's the same with music, because you listen to Pro Era.
Yeah, you do too.
You're tapped in with a lot of random people. Are you still listening to people like Cam Meekins? Chill out. Chill out.
Yo, how do you know that?
Chill out.
But how do you know Cam Meekins? You follow my SoundCloud, don't you?
I don't.
No, but Cam Meekins, how do you know that? Do you know who that is?
Let me finish with my question. I'm not answering you.
Oh my, that just, out of all the ones, that just blew my mind. That's like my secret.
You're very tapped in. You're very tapped in with the underground, whether it be music, designers, everything. Is this something that's like, that comes natural to you? Like this is what you gravitate? Oh my God, there's a kid in the window behind you.
Are you serious? I don't want to look back.
No, don't. It just scare me. Do you just gravitate towards the underground, or?
I'm not gonna lie, I've got to ask a lot of questions in my life, but that might be the best question anyone's ever asked me. Wow, that's crazy.
Out of all the questions
Cause
I
like,
asked?
that's me, like, so I would say, I was just always gravitated towards the underground, like in everything. I don't know why I was always like that, like, I don't know, like I just like quirky, so I always related to quirkiness. Like it wasn't even like I went out my way to be, oh, I'm different. Like I just always ended up finding it. But like all throughout music or whatever the case, like growing up, I would say my dad had a heavy influence on me, because backstory, my dad he's a creator, he's from New York, like we have a lot in common. So when I was young, people was listening to Southern rappers like Gucci Mane or whatever the case. I was listening to Tribe Called Quest and Common and MF Doom, so it's just like I was watching Japanese kung fu movies and Godzilla movies and stuff. So I would say as like a youngin', I was exposed to that, and I didn't realize until I was like 19. I'm like, I always like was into like just that, because my dad is that way. Like my dad is like, if you met him, you could have a conversation with him for a couple hours. Like so I think I was just always open-minded. So I went out my way to find like the things I liked, like not what was popping. So like rapper Cam Meekins, I found him like on some blog in 2011. He's a white rapper, and he sampled Purple by I forgot who made it, Tupac. It was like Purple, Tupac, and I just liked it. So it was like there's no way anybody was gonna find that at that age, but I found it. I've been following him to this day. Pro Era, like, found it on something. It's just, I was just always gravitated around it. Like, something about finding things that I like personally, not what everyone else like, it's just what I've been living by, so. That's a great observation. Like, I literally think I'm like the underground like fanatic because there's so much gold in it. Like, it's just like, I know songs by some of these underground people that people would never hear, and it's like some of my favorite songs ever. That's a great question.
I feel like you, from what I see, you surround yourself with people that are the same.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know all your close friends, but the people who I do know that are your friends, they're kind of the same. Like, they're all like people who are like you. Like, they like their underground stuff, but it's in their niche.
That's fast. That's a good way to put it. That is a question that I think I'm gonna have to think about more, like even after this, because it's just me at this point. So it's like, I didn't even think about that, but it's just like, everyone notices, like my mom, like, what are you listening to, boy? Like, I think it's a thing that might be bigger than we all even realize, like tastes and stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
When you meet someone who has the same music taste as you, you just end up having so much more in common. So like, I think it's something that's even like, not even on the weird stuff, it's deeper than that. Like, it's just like a personal preference, an open mind, like just the way you think.
Third eye open.
No, literally, like, because if you meet someone who's into music, that says a lot alone, whoever in the same music as you. So it's just like, the thing that gravitated me towards it is the thing that gravitated you towards. I like Tyler because I look up to that man in every way possible. Like, he is, I liked Earl before I liked Tyler, but I've always liked Tyler. He's just like, he does whatever the fuck, music-wise. He drops any type of album he wants. And like I told you earlier with photography, like, I don't want to have any balance. Like, I want to do this one nice high-end luxury shoot. The next shoot can be some really punk whatever shoot. Tyler does that with his music, and so I look up to him like a lot. Like, I don't want to be put in a box. Whatever feels cool to me at the moment, I want to do, and I want to do a good job. So that's what I stand for, doing what you feel like in the moment. Him and Pharrell are like the pioneers of that. Whatever they feel like in the moment, do it and do a good job at it. And that's what I want to live by and stand by.
Here's another question.
No, all right, I can't take anymore. This is another one about me.
It's not a weird one. No, it's not.
Because how do you know the can't be, you know?
Let me finish.
All right.
Are you done changing your Instagram name? Like, are we gonna have the final version of Alex, Alix, mental disturbed?
I promise, and if I'm lying, report me, ban me. I'm done changing it because this one is perfect. It's short and sweet. Mentalexx word was a little edgy because the word at the end. It was too long. It was dope. Like, it's still my website name, but I chose Mentalexx because it's less syllables, and I take inspo from people, so I like shorter names. I seen Frank Ocean use Blinded instead of like Frank Ocean, so I was like, let me just narrow this down to Mentalexx. So I'm done changing it. This is it. Someone who is another photography said, you gotta stop changing it, because how are people gonna recognize your work if they don't know your name all the time? And I was like, you're right, I'm sorry. Stowe Kelly, he told me that. I listened. So. Yeah, you're funny for that. I've had a lot of names. Mentalexx, Mentalexx War, The Leaks Company, Alex Oswego, Nigalex.
Alex, no Alix.
Alex, no Leaks, Jordan the Slump, Alex the Role Model. The list goes on. Yeah, like you said, watermarks, Google, like, I want to see my name on Google more, but I can't because I've had so many different names. Like, I see more Mentalexx Word than Mentalexx.
Yeah,
like,
if you Google Mentalexx Word, all my vlogs pop up, and I'm like, there's nothing.
Yeah,
there's
it's nothing for, like, nothing. Like, that's bad. So, yeah. The great question, by the way. You're great at this. You get 11 out of 10. Great fit, by the way.
Stop distracting me. I think that pretty much wraps it up, but.
No, those are great.
Do you have anything you want to say or even ask or just whatever?
Nah, I would say this was really good. You hit me with questions that were like 10 out of 10.
Thanks. I tried.
You did great.
I didn't want to bullshit this.
No, you did great. Right here, fist bump. What made you choose me for your second person? This is so dope. I can't wait to see this.
Like, YouTube has always been my thing.
You didn't answer why you chose me though.
I'm getting there.
Oh, shut up. You got it.
You asked me what made me want to do this and why.
Yeah,
I'm
you're right.
answering in
Okay,
order.
you're right.
You.
You're completely right.
Leave the interviewing to me.
You're right.
But why I chose you is I wanted my first video to be someone who's gonna be fun, talk to, answer the questions. Like, I'm not pulling teeth for the answers of the questions.
Well, I'm honored to be chosen. You did an amazing job.
Thank you.
I'm excited to see what's next.
I'm excited to see what's next. Oh, and I commented this on your post when you did the event, but if anyone hasn't told you already, but you are destined to do great things.
Oh, I'm about to.
Oh my God, chill out. Tina's doing this in the back.
Hey.
Henry's looking at
Bro, look at me.
booty. Yeah, you're, what did I say in I was like, you light up every room that you walk in. And
James said you booty kissed. No, I appreciate that a lot.
Oh my God, I was like, what can get my comment pinned?
I appreciate that a lot.
I definitely think that like, you're definitely a great people person.
I appreciate that.
People want to work with you. You are very talented, and to see, almost like how we talked about Chris earlier, like your growth is great.
I appreciate you. After this, I'm gonna get a napkin, wipe my tear. But yeah, you too, you're amazing. And keep it up. You really embody what you're into. Like, people at my job, they don't even know you, but they're like, oh, that's that fly girl. Like, when I told them about you, like for shoots or whatever. So whatever you're into, you make it something that you're good at, and you just show it. And I like passionate people, and you're a very passionate person. This is the result of your passion. Your YouTube's a result of your passion. Your friends are a result of your passion. Like, this isn't even something you asked me, but my favorite people are passionate people, whether it's whatever they into. You have several passions, and you make it known that they're your passion. So you're awesome for that, and that's gonna take you far.
Where can people find you? What is the official Instagram name? Spell it out.
I'm outside. I'm outside. You know, you know.
Oh my God.
mentalexx, MENTALEXX. Anyway,
thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you for Henry for helping me shoot this video.
Yeah, that nigga, yeah, he the GOAT, bro.
Don't forget to tune into live.
Wait, are we gonna do the live?
Doing the thing.
Oh, you're right.
Tina don't got no final words. Stream Love Me Nots on Spotify and Apple Music. Thank you for watching.
It's a wrap.
I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.